interesting stuff. Now we have to move on to the more official stuff. So first off, we would like to invite our very own president, the beautiful, eloquent Kimberly Lim.
President of the Kyan Society, Ms. Kimberly Lim. Ladies and gentlemen, as there are VIPs, it will not be fair for them to just stand up here and speak to a mic. They need a rostrum. So we're going to prepare the rostrum, and you know what, our very beautiful, wonderful, kirei, kawaii, interesting Miss Kimberly Lim will come out and entertain us with her wonderful, wonderful speech.
Kimberly Lim, President of Kyan.
Thank you, MC. First of all, I would like to have a very good afternoon to all of you, especially to our VIPs. Dr. Alexander Sayok, the President of Sarawak Japan Friendship Club, and also Mr. Kenneth Lim, the Manager of Gizmo Gamers. Fellow medias, sponsors, friends from Sabah, and also Peninsula Malaysia, and all of you today. We are here. Welcome to Kyan 2011 opening ceremony. Minasan, yokoso. 2011キャニメで来ます。今日はね、ここに来て本当にありがとうございました。私はとても嬉しいです。たくさん人が来るんですから、じゃあとても緊張します。So, this year was the second year of Kyan. First of all, thanks to all our fans, the Kyan fans, and also all the cosplayers who supported us to come back and give us a chance to come back for second year. So we decided to make this event a yearly event where everybody can gather here to have fun and see more performances, more cosplayers, and so on. I think I would like to let you guys know what is Kyan Society about. Kyan Society is formed by our volunteers who are interested in all this SCG culture, and they're inspired by the international events worldwide, which happen frequently around the world. So we want to bring this event in Sarawak to let the others, for East Malaysian people, to participate as well. Kyan 2011 is an anime convention focusing on anime, comics, games, and Japanese culture. This event is meant for the fans and public to have fun with various activities and competitions that we offered, and also workshops that we offered. We also like to spread the words of Japanese culture, Japanese language, cosplaying, anime, and comics here. Right now, I would like to take this opportunity to thank to all my sponsors, especially to our venue sponsors, Hills Shopping Mall, and also to our official partner which joined us this year, Gizmo Gamers, who hold these Dota competitions and Counter-Strike 1.6 competitions. With them, we have another new section in Kyan, which is cyber game sections, thanks to them. And also, I would like to thank to all my official media, the Borneo Post, Sihua Daily, and Utusan Borneo, our official magazine, Prince Magazine, and also our official bloggers, Sarawak bloggers. Not to forget also our co-hoster, Gempat Stars from West Malaysia. They are hosting our mangaka competitions, and also Sushi King, who just hosted the sushi wasabi competitions and bento making competitions. We also like to thank to our sponsors, Pullman, remind you that tonight we have the main highlight, which is cosplay competition to be held at 7 p.m. on this stage also, and also tomorrow for the junior cosplay competitions and cosplay skits competitions. You can join. We have a lot of workshops for Japanese language. We have our hot students just come back from Japan. They will teach you, polish up your Japanese. So stay tuned with us until tomorrow opening. Thank you.
ありがとうございました。キンバリー長、素晴らしいスピーチでしたね。
単語も使いましたね。
そう。
そうですね。
難しいことですよ。
そうです、そうです。それからここに立っててスピーチをするのは絶対緊張すると思いますね。
そう。
勇気たっぷりな女性だなと思いますけども。
そうだね。
Alright, up next we would like to invite up the President of Sarawak Japan Friendship Club, Dr. Alexander Sayo, to present the stage. よろしくお願いします。
どうぞステージの上にお上がりください。
こんにちは、皆さん。That's all probably I need to say as far as Japanese is concerned. I'm going to speak in English. Okay, thank you, MC. Thank you, President of the Kyan Society, Ms. Kimberly Lim, for inviting us to show our presence here, our presence in Kuching and in Sarawak. As you know, the society was formed earlier on in early 90s, and the society objective were, among them was to teach Japanese language among the people in Kuching and in Sarawak, as well as to have an exchange of culture among them as well. So today, Kyanime is probably is a new culture as far as Japan is concerned, and Kyanime is not really a culture, a Japanese culture per se, but it is a culture that's made up of us new generation and new technology and new events are melded together. So Kyanime is a new culture which has been spreading like wildfire throughout the world, including Malaysia and Sarawak. As the president of the Kyanime has mentioned earlier on, that this is the second Kyanime event that is held in Kuching. Last year it was held about the same time, and this year the event, I believe, is going to be even more than what it has had last year when it first started the first time. In this event, I understand, or I have experienced the last year, consists of various events or activities which every one of you can participate in. And I've noticed some of the programs, more or less a 2-day program, which is quite well packed, and I can see that there's a lot of participants here in various other events. I share the joy with the president of the club that this event is a success. It's considered a successful event, and I hope that whatever you have taken from an event in terms of observation, in terms of the prize, I hope you keep this as a sense of memory. Of course, in between those events, as you can have noticed earlier on, there are two talented among us who shows their niche, like the violin and also the yo-yo, is a niche that we should be proud of. Although again, it's not our culture, but again, it's something of some standard considered as a international standard as far as their talent is concerned, and it should be cultivated throughout. Now, a lot has been mentioned about the event and others related to it. I'm not going to repeat that. So, those who are involved in it, those who are involved in the event, we hope that you will cherish this as long as you will have from there from, and we also have been told that, or as we mentioned by the president, that this event is going to be a yearly event, and I hope that will be done every year. Although in the newspaper, or not in the newspaper, but internet, that this Kyanime has gone a little bit further, so much so that the Japanese government is going to ban them, because there have been some extremes. However, we expect that this kind of culture will only be done in a moderate way as far as we are concerned, so that we do not have to face the same situation as what the internet says. But what the internet says not necessarily is true. So that has to be verified later on. But that's what it was mentioned. But this was because the extremes that there has practiced in Japan, and I hope that this kind of practice is going to be in moderation as far as we're concerned. We take it as part of probably an appendages, accessories to our culture here. Now I would like to give you a little bit about our club, which is in Kuching here. As mentioned earlier, it was started in the early 90s. It was started by one of the engineers, the Japanese engineers, and then later on they formed the club, which make up mainly those from the past year students of the club, plus those who studied in Japan, in order to have some relationship between Japan and Sarawak. At the same time, of course, the Japanese want to introduce the language, and we also want to learn the language so that we know their culture. So, as a club, or as the president of the club, I would like every one of you who has not registered with us, who wish to learn the language more, who wish to learn the culture more, come register with us. We're just across the street. It's along Southern Chop. Our building is just across the street, across the former mass office, just on top of Dr. Kang's clinic's office. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, friends of the Academy, the Causeway, have fun. Thank you.
ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。素晴らしいスピーチでした。
That was a speech by Dr. Alexander Sayok.
Well, up next we would like to invite up the man who is responsible for bringing all the hardcore gamers to the hills. Maybe?
Can we invite Mr. Kenneth Lim, the manager of Gizmo Gamers, our official partner for the event this year?
よろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
A very good afternoon to Dr. Alexander Sayok, the president of Sarawak Japan Friendship Club, to the president of Kyanime Society, Ms. Kimberly Lee, and to our MCs here, Abby and Nasa. Give a hand. Minasan, Genki desu ka? Welcome to this year's Kyanime 2011. First and foremost, I would like to thank Kyanime Club for giving us a chance to actually participate and co-host this year's event here at the Hills. And I'd like to thank the Hills as well for giving us such a wonderful venue here. And of course to all the participating sponsors as well. For the second year in a row, Kyanime has actually succeeded in introducing Japanese culture to our community. Through focusing on anime, manga, games and Japanese culture, our local community is able to gain more exposure and knowledge about Japanese culture. Gaming has actually been a part of the Japanese culture since the late 80s, and it's still considered a lifestyle rather than a hobby in certain parts of the world. From actually ranging from arcade games, console games, computer games, you can see the development and exposure of cyber games and how it has actually involved in our world, how it's actually changed our lifestyle. We are proud to announce that this year's Candyman has attracted more than 80 teams, that is more than 450 participants alone, making it the largest esports competition in the whole of Sarawak. Okay. Give us a hand, please. This event will certainly be an unforgettable experience for all and will broaden the community's perspective of what Kyanime is all about, bringing it to an even larger scale next year, right here in the heart of Kuching. And to all participants, good luck and have fun. I can say it in Kyanime style, good olaku, tanoshinde kudasai, korekara game wo hajimeyo. Thank you.
Mr. Kenneth Lim from Gizmo Gamers.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now we would like to go on to a more serious matter. This is for all the gamers on the first floor, to the gamers for the first floor, as well to all the patrons of the hills. As you know, on 11th of March 2011, an unexpected disaster has struck Japan by surprise. And from that disaster, Japan is now recovering slowly. But we must remember that there are victims, many victims that have been victimized by the disaster. So here we would like to...
So right now we would like to ask everyone to join us, including those who are gaming on the upper ground floor, to join us for a moment of silence for Japan.
Yeah. So let us all have a moment of silence to commemorate what has just happened to Japan on 11th of March 2011. Thank you guys very much for being with us in this moment of silence. And we hope that Japan will recover as soon as possible, and we hope that Japan will get back to be the Japan that we knew before the disaster struck. Alright, up next.
I would like to add that we have a donation box to aid the victims of the tsunami in March, and the donation box is licensed by the Sarawak Japan Friendship Club, and it's at our Kyanime booth. So please show your support.
Whatever amount it may be.
Show that we care, show that they're not alone.
Whatever amount it may be, Japan has shown its caring side throughout the whole things that have happened in Southeast Asia as well in the world. So this is our time to show Japan that we care about Japan. The donation box will be available at our registration booth. So for those of you who have any amount to spare, whatever amount it may be, it's just a token of we care. Right, up next, we shall bring the mood up. Up next, we will bring the mood up by our most important thing today. Why are we here today? It's to launch Kyanime 2011, not 2010, Kyanime 2011. Alright, so we would like to ask all the VIPs to come up.
On stage.
Come out on stage so that we can launch the ceremony. First we have the President of Kyanime Society, Ms. Kimberly Lee. The President of Sarawak Japan Friendship Club, Dr. Alexander. The Manager of Gizmo Gamers, Mr. Kenneth Lim.